The boy opened a small crack in the door. Through the gap, he saw something terrifying. The teacher had horrifying fangs. Frightened, he covered his mouth and ran back to the classroom. Inside the classroom, the students were quietly drawing. The teacher took out a box of chocolates and gave one to each student. Without suspecting anything, they all ate them. Soon, their eyes became empty and lifeless. Only Thomas did not eat his chocolate. Thomas wrote a note trying to warn his two best friends, but the teacher discovered it. She approached him from behind and threatened him to eat the chocolate, but Thomas threw the chocolate away. He even told his friends that the teacher was a monster. However, they did not believe him at all. The next day, all the students' eyes became completely hollow. The teacher handed Thomas another chocolate. At that critical moment, Hassan made up an excuse, and the three of them took the opportunity to escape from the classroom. The teacher dug deep marks into the desk with her fingernails, venting her anger. That night, the three children took flashlights and quietly entered the teacher's house. There, they saw something horrifying. Hassan screamed in fear, revealing their position. The teacher ran out immediately, but she did not find them. In fact, they had already escaped through the back door. They noticed that the house was filthy and disorganized, which convinced them even more that the teacher was not normal. Suddenly, Cece saw a figure standing with its back turned. Thomas turned the person around and was shocked to discover that it was the principal. Cece waved at her, but the principal could only move her eyes. The three children could not help but laugh. Suddenly, the sound of high heels approached. They quickly hid behind the sofa. The teacher seemed to sense their presence, but pretended not to notice and left the room. The three of them ran out and tried to wake the principal, but in the very next second, the teacher launched a sudden attack. She revealed her terrifying true form and stretched her tongue toward Hassan's face. At the most dangerous moment, Thomas shoved the teacher away. At the same time, the church bells began to ring. The teacher screamed in pain, and the three children seized the chance to run for their lives. The teacher's eyes turned white. She lifted the principal into the air, controlling her like a puppet, and hurled her toward the children. Cece was grabbed by the leg. Thomas desperately shouted the principal's name. At that instant, the principal regained a little consciousness, and the teacher was affected as well. Taking advantage of the opportunity, the three children managed to escape. When Thomas returned home, he saw a chocolate placed beside his window, and down on the street below, the teacher stood there staring directly at him.